So I thought about what I had learned about the income tax, what I had learned about the Federal Reserve not being federal, and them collecting $40 million an hour in interest. People, the Federal Reserve collects $40 million an hour in interest from us. And I started thinking about those kids. And I said to myself, that $20,000 check that I'm writing at the end of the year, that's my son's MIT tuition for a year. Now, am I going to have it for him, or am I going to give it to the great-great-grandchildren of the owners of the Federal Reserve? Because, see, my dad and my granddad have already paid for the current family, the Federal Reserve owners. They have never have to work a day in their life collecting $40 million, that cartel, $40 million an hour. So I would be putting in for generations to come. Am I going to help my posterity, or am I going to help their posterity? Am I going to be an informed slave, or am I going to get off the plantation? People come along and say, well, Sherry, how's the country going to run? Okay, I did my research. I found out about a report, the Grace Commission reports, 2,800 pages, but basically what it says is none of the money that is collected in income tax goes towards the services that Americans say that they're getting, okay? None of the money. Where does it go? Again, we pay $40 million. I want you to remember that, $40 million an hour in interest to the Federal Reserve.
Sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Do you realize that we pay boys $5 million a year to throw, hit, punt, and dunk balls? And the average teacher over her 30-year career makes less than $1 million. What's up with that? We're sitting on our dust and letting this stuff happen, and we're not doing anything about it because we're not educated. So education is going to be the key to unlocking all of this.
I want to know why a private, unauditable banking organization, the Federal Reserve, is in charge of the money supply, using the IRS as bouncers to strong-arm anyone who opposes the club, using unauthorized revenue agents to collect $40 million an hour in interest from hard-working Americans. I want to know why Congress doesn't print the money itself and eliminate income taxes altogether. I want to know why the IRS and the Department of Justice won't meet with us, answer our questions, legality of the income tax, and prove us wrong so we can put this baby to bed. I want to know how the IRS can demand over 30% of my hard-earned money when God only requires 10%. I want to know why the media has blacked out coverage of all intelligent debate and discussion on the income tax while focusing on people in trouble for arguments that are not on point to the truth. I want to know why you continue to think the American people are not paying attention to this issue. As of April 3rd, 2002, CNN reported that over half the American citizens had not filed a 2001 tax return. Americans are not stupid. The sleeping giant is waking up. I want to know what Constitution the Congress and the courts are following. It certainly isn't the one in the National Archives, based on what it says and what they are doing. I want to know who in this great country is willing to stand up and prove Alan Dershowitz wrong. This guy is the Harvard law professor who says we don't have any unalienable rights, that all our rights are subject to modification, that the government should not be chained by the Constitution because the government can do good things for people. Yeah, right, Professor. I want to know why there are people sitting in jail for failure to file when these questions have not been answered. Let them out until you show us the law. I want to know why, after physical slavery was abolished in 1865, how it is that I'm still a slave in 2002. I challenge the Congress, the press, law enforcement, and any citizen with a backbone to turn off the TV, put down the romance novel and the golf clubs for just long enough to demand the answers to our questions from Congress while there's still some faith in the system. Show me the law. Thank you. There's $400,000 worth of reward money out there if you can prove that we have to file and pay an income tax. Now, people, if you believe the government is right, why can't you get the $400,000? Hey, this will be easier than winning the big game. Federal Reserve to create paper money, charging you, the American people, over $47 million an hour in interest. I'm going to say that again. You might not have gotten it. They charge you over $47 million an hour. And that is money coming from the mouths of your children and the college education funds of your grandchildren.